Okay. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're out here at Blackhawk. I've got my ATV and got my non-insulated shack out here today. It's was 16 degrees. I would give you a time and a temp, but I forgot my phone at home. But let you know how much I need it. But if you can hear the crackling, I got my cleats on the bottom of my boots. And I'll be in the Chappelle White House 5500 today. This was a bugger in this wind. We've got probably a 10 or 15 mile an hour wind, and I'm here to tell you it has raised havoc. This and this went scooting all the way across to that bank. I had to get on the ATV and go chase them down. I got it run through my winch so it can't blow away. Got that strapped to the rack. I mean, it is windy, so if you're hearing some wind noise, I apologize. But welcome to Driftless Area Outdoors. Here's the inside. I'm not really all set up. I just got everything thrown in here, and I'll bring you in when I start fishing. I'm about 4 hours late, but you know, here's the deal. Doing this by myself in this wind. I wish I had somebody along just to film it, because it would have been a cut wrap right here. It was just so comical getting this up by myself and whatnot, you know, screwing it down, then set it up, and then readjust your screws. But I'm gonna get to fishing and I'll bring you in. All right, guys. Well, things are going kind of the way I planned, just completely not working. All right, so here we are. This is my graph. That is my camera, which is over here, and this is this pole here, which is a minnow. I got this one right here, which is bouncing right next to it, so this is picking up all of that. I just had a huge mark come down, like a big fish, probably a northern, coming down to look at this minnow. But I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but you can see my minnow on here. Actually, I'm going to hit record on this, and I'll record a little bit of it just so you can see that right here is my minnow. So if a fish comes down, I should be able to hit record. Maybe I can watch it get at. But nothing's come by yet. And I got my little remote right here that turns my aqua view, so I can turn that. I cannot pick up this bait here from that. It's too far away. But these holes are closer, and look, you can barely see the minnow there. But we're in 16.7 feet of water. I believe it to be around 11 o'clock. I actually have the time on my aqua view, so it is 10 o'clock. So I forgot my phone at home. It's a good place for it. I don't need it out here anyway. But anyway, it's pretty comfortable in here. I got my heater. I'm about to throw some lunch on and get that out of the way, and then we'll see how long we fish. I mean, how slow things are. Like I said, I'm marking fish from time to time, so we'll see what happens. But we all know my luck when it comes to fishing, butkus. And I don't expect today to be any different than any other day. Everybody around me is catching fish. There's shanties everywhere. There's a couple there, and they're drilling more holes. And this guy over here, people over there. Everybody's catching fish, having a good time. So maybe it'll be my turn. Never know. So yeah, stick around. All right, guys, just checking in. I got dogs down here on my Mr. Buddy heater. I'll bring you in just a second and show you that. And I've got hot dog buns and ketchup. And the reason I'm doing dogs and buns today is this week we lost a legend here in Wisconsin, and in the baseball world we lost Bob Uecker at age 90. Bob passed away peacefully, and nickname was Mr. Baseball. Well, you know, with a 200 lifetime batting average, you know, you don't stay in the majors long, but he did it through announcing the Milwaukee Brewers for years. And I grew up listening to the Brewers in the barn while milking cows. It was on, and I have fond memories of listening to Bob announce the baseball games. And when I knew I wanted to be an announcer, I mimicked his cadence and just listened to everything he said like it was gospel. And he just one of the naturally funniest people you would ever meet in your life. That man is absolutely funny and doesn't try. He's just was that quick with the old one-liners. And the best one I ever seen, he was on Carson. Now understand, Carson is canned. You know what, they know what they're going to say. But as sitting at home, had no clue. And he talks about how he hit the one home run that he hit. He hit a few, but the one that he hit off Sandy Koufax. And as he's going around first to trotting towards second, he sees the manager of the opposing team coming out to the mound. Johnny Carson says, well, geez, that's not that uncommon. Without missing a beat, he says, he was carrying luggage. I'll never forget that line as long as I live. So needless to say, he was getting shipped out of there for giving up a home run to Bob Uecker. So I'm going to have a hot dog with some ketchup, just like I would if I was at the ballpark, in memory of one of the funniest, definitely a mentor in my announcing hobby, I guess. I don't make any money at it, but I'm gonna miss him. And you know, when you were listening to the radio and he's like, and here's the pitch, swung on and deep, get up, get out of here, gone. I mean, it's just magical. We could be down 10-3, but the way he made it sound, you were always in the game. So I'll bring you in when these dogs are done, and we'll get a bite of it. I've been marking fish. There's actually what looks like a school at about 9.7 feet. I tried to bring this pole up to see if they'd be interested in coming down to get it, but they weren't. I'm still marking fish, but we'll see if anything bites. If not, I'm going to load up and go home shortly. So we'll check back if anything exciting happens. All right, as promised, I got a couple of dogs there and a couple of buns heating up. My Mr. Buddy heater, you just take one of these racks and get them off the Jungle website and bend the tabs and go right over the handle. I put a zip tie on it too, just because it's so windy. I'm afraid that it could fall off, and it ain't gonna, back there, it's not gonna get hot enough to melt that zip tie. And I've got my jackknife with me, so I'll be able to cut that off, but I'm about ready to eat. All right, well, lunchtime. Here's to you, Bob. Here's to the ballpark. Doing it on the Mr. Buddy heater. That's to Bob. I was gonna bring a can of chili, but then Bob died, so I decided with the dogs. But next time, I'm going to do a can of chili, or I'll make chili at home and bring some out in a jar and just put it on a pan and let it sit there all afternoon. But fishing hasn't changed. My minnow's still there swimming around. Marking fish, just nothing's coming up. I changed bait a couple of times, just different colors, see what they want. I got Wonder Bread on this one, and nothing. I actually seen one come up off the bottom to come up to that and never hit it. So I don't know. I'm not going to stick out here too much longer, and I'm going to try to shut this down and get back home, but edit this and get it out to you. But sure is a lot of fun. I enjoy it, and I'm plenty warm, even though it's, you know, it's in the teens, low teens. It's going to be really cold tomorrow, so they're saying like 1 above for a high, or 3 above, something like that. Cold, but windy. So the wind chill right now, I think it's right around 0. So, but yeah, there's people out there, still people catching fish, one here and there, but slow everywhere. There's a lot of hole hopping because, you know, a whole lot of stuff going on. So I'll bring you in when I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and we get ready to head back. All right, guys, we're all packed up. Look at that, we're leaving our spot better than we found it. So as long as this thing starts, we'll make it back to shore. I'm all strapped down, nothing's gonna go too far. So I'll see you back up on shore. The wind is cold today, so but it's nice. Hey, we got sunshine. See you on shore. All right, guys, as you can see behind me, we are all hooked back up. Our spot out on the ice is as good or better than when we found it. Everything's packed up. I am 73.73% sure everything I took out on the ice I brought back and nothing fell out of my sled. So that's good. Do need to give out a big shout out. That shanty was given to me through the channel, through Daryl Capes, good friend of mine. Won it in a fishery, does an ice fish, says, Jim, you could use this on your channel, do some ice fishing. And you know what? He's right. I could use that, and I did, and I appreciate it wholeheartedly. Thank you. I'm gonna have my email address down in the description. If anybody wants to send me something, I'll let you know how to get a hold of me. His wife Angela should listen to him more. Daryl's smart. He helped me out. All right, man, it's that time of the video where I'm ready to sign off. But before I do, 22 veterans a day on average commit suicide. The Till Valhalla Project is working as hard as they can to stop veteran suicide. Do not give in to the war within. End veteran suicide. The Till Valhalla Project. If you can help these guys out, pick yourself up some apparel. Get yourself a sticker. They've got small ones of these. These come with every one that purchase that you purchase. You can slap that on something. Black Hawk Outdoors, my friends. Great bait shop right outside of Black Hawk here. Get in the area. You're in the market for a gun or some bait, camping supplies, they can hook you up. For Jim, Driftless Area Outdoors, Black Hawk Lake, we got the big skunk. And as Harry Doyle, which is Bob Euchre from the old movie that he was in, he would have said, just a bit outside. For that, take care of each other. I'll bid you a farewell.